Hey guys, and welcome to Darth Tigger's Totally Biased Reviews. This is going to be my spoiler review of Downsizing. And I've split this into two parts because some of the people were starting to tell me that they didn't really like seeing the longer reviews. So I'm splitting off the non-spoilery stuff for the people with the short attention spans who don't want to talk about the movie so much. Because you know, there's a lot of people that don't like the spoilers anyway. So, Downsizing. If you watched my non-spoiler review, you'll see that I was pretty much ambivalent to this movie. And a lot of that had to do with their own marketing and trailers. They marketed this, and I've seen a bunch of other people have the same opinion as I have, so I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track here. My wife and I both went to see it. From the trailers, we expected to see a comedy, and we expected to see a science fiction comedy. And yes, there were some science fiction elements to it, but it was not a comedy by any stretch of the imagination. And the science fiction elements to it, the downsizing part, were completely superfluous to any of the plot. It made for some good sight gags, and it gave a couple of convenient excuses for a couple of the different plot points that happened, but everything that they used the downsizing plot for could have easily been accomplished some other way. And then movie would have had a much better focus. And I think if people going into it were expecting more of what they got, rather than expecting a comedy and getting this, grounded drama, I think people would have liked it a lot more. So this is about Matt Damon, who plays Paul Safronic, who apparently no one in the film can pronounce his name properly the entire time, and his wife, Audrey Safronic, and it follows them as they decide to downsize. Now, downsizing, according to this movie, is a miniaturization process where basically you shrink from 6 feet tall to 6 inches tall. And the premise of this movie is that you do that because then you consume, 1,000, 1/1000th or 6/1000ths or whatever the hell it is of the products that you used to consume, and therefore the $1 that you had in your savings account as a full-size person actually becomes $12,000 worth of tiny person's items. Um, Interesting premise. Kind of flawed in a whole host of ways. But it's a science fiction piece, and you have to have a little bit of suspension of disbelief for any science fiction film. So, it was fine. But very quickly, they started getting into all of the social aspects of that. They were having this goodbye party before they downsize. Even though, they can still use telephones and talk to people just fine. They can still use videos, talk to people just fine. They can still travel just fine. It's just that if you wanted to talk to them, they'd be sitting on your kitchen table instead of in the chair, kind of a thing. So they're having this goodbye party, and some drunk guy at the bar starts giving them a hard time about wanting to become smaller. And then there's a twist really quick. When they go to do the downsizing, Matt Damon's character follows through, but his wife doesn't. And he doesn't find this out until after he's downsized. So he divorces her. She takes all of his money, and he had like 120,000 after selling their house and all that, and that was turning into 12 million worth of tiny dollars, and she just took it all. So now he goes from living in this beautiful, huge house in this tiny little town to having to go back to getting a job and living in a dumb apartment, and there's a whole host of things that go on, and I'm not going to get into the entire plot of this for you, but it turns very quickly from or very quickly into a story about this guy, Matt Damon, who things just never go right for. And he ends up meeting this girl who's played by this. I don't know if she's Vietnamese. I think she plays Vietnamese in the movie. The actress's name is Hong Chow. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the character's name. I can't really critique her performance because she didn't speak English all that well. I think she did a fairly good job. I don't know. But really, I'll be honest with you, the only two performances that I was happy with in the movie were Matt Damon's and Christopher Waltz. Everybody else just seemed like they were phoning it in. Even Kristen Wiig, I was not really happy with her performance in the movie at all. Now, granted, part of that could be because my brain was still switched to looking for a comedy, and that's not what I got. It turned very much into a story of him trying to find his place in the world, and this character played by Hong Chow kind of helping him get there, I guess. And yeah, like I said in my previous review, it was in my non-spoiler review, it was very much in the same tone as The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's a guy trying to find his way in the world and making a lot of mistakes along the way. And in the end, he just kind of ends up okay. You know, he doesn't do anything too stupid. He doesn't do anything great at all. And that's about the best that I can say about this movie. It was meh. It was okay. I think Matt Damon did a good job. Christopher Waltz did a good job. Everybody else, no, I wasn't really happy with any of the performances at all. So, would I recommend going to see this movie? No, not if you like the same kinds of things that I like. But if you don't, make your own choices. That's what this channel is all about. So that was my totally biased review of Downsizing. If you like what you see here, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps. And more importantly, actually, share the video around to your friends so hopefully we can help more people. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys